party soon?
Out of here.
My Betty not—
Out of my sight, out of mind! Betty. Betty, dear child, will you please wake up? Betty, will you please wake up? Betty, dear child. Betty, will you please wake up?
Uncle, Mercy Lewis is here from Dr. Griggs.
Oh, the doctor, let her come, let her come.
Come in, Mercy.
What does the doctor say, child?
Dr. Griggs, he bid me come and tell you, Reverend Sir, that he cannot find any medicine for it not being in his books.
Then you must search on.
Aye, sir, he's been searching since he last left you, sir. But he said you might want to look to unnatural things for the cause.
No! There be no unnatural causes here, I am sure of it. Tell him I've sent for Reverend Hale of Beverly, and Mr. Hale will surely confirm that. Let him look to medicine and put out all thought of unnatural causes. There be none.
Aye, sir, he bid me tell you.
Speak nothing of it in the village, Mercy.
Go directly home and speak nothing of unnatural causes.
Aye, sir. I pray for her.
Uncle, the rumor of witchcraft is all about. I think it best you go and deny it yourself. The parlor's packed with people, sir. I'll sit with her.
What shall I say to that? That I discover my daughter and niece dancing like heathen in the forest?
I didn't dance, Uncle. Let you tell them I confessed it, but they're speaking of witchcraft. Betty's not witched.
Abigail, I cannot go before the congregation when anything is not open with me. What did you do with her in the forest?
We did dance. And when you left, I pushed so suddenly, Betty was frightened and she fainted. And there's the whole of it.
Child, sit you down.
Never hurt Betty. I love her
Now
dearly.
look, you child. I have no desire to punish you, but it will come in time. But if you traffic with spirits in the forest, I must know it. For surely my enemies will know ruin me with it.
But we never conjured spirits.
Then why can this child not move herself since midnight? This child is desperate, it must come out. Surely it must come out, or my enemies will bring it out! Abigail, do you understand that I have many enemies?
I know it, Uncle.
Do you understand that there is a faction sworn to drive me from my pulpit?
I think so, sir.
Now then, in the midst of such disruption, my house is discovered to be the very center of some obscene practice. Abominations are done in the forest.
We're only sport, Uncle.
I saw Teachable waving her arms over the fire when I came on. Why was she doing that? And I heard a screeching and a gibberish coming from her mouth, and
She always sings her Barbados songs and we dance.
I cannot believe what I saw, Abigail. For I saw a dress in the grass.
A dress?
And I thought I saw someone naked too.
And no one was naked. You mistake yourself.
I saw it! Now tell me true, Abigail. For my ministry at stake, my ministry, perhaps your cousin's life. Never abomination you have done to me all of it now, for I sure might be taken unaware when I go further down there.
There's nothing more. I swear it, Uncle.
Abigail, I've spent 3 long years bending these stiff-necked people to me. And now, just now, when there must be some good respect for me in the parish, you compromise my very character! I have given you a home, child. I have put clothes upon your back. Now give me an upright answer. Your name in the house is entirely white, is it not?
Why, I'm sure it is. There'd be no blush about my name.
There be no other reason for Goody Crawford discharging you? It has told me that you are now 7 months out of their house, and in all that time no other family has called you to your service.
They are slaves, not such as I. Let them send to Barbados for that. I will not block my face for any of them.
Goody Crawford, come in.
It is a marvel. It's truly the stroke of hell upon you. How high did she fly?
No, she never
Why,
flew.
sure she did. Mr. Collins saw her coming over Ingersoll's barn and come down light as a bird,
Now,
he
Goody
said.
Putnam. Why, good morning, Mr. Putnam, come in.
It is a providence. The thing is out now. It is a providence.
What is out now? What's...
Why, her eyes closed. Look you at.
Why, that's strange. Ours is open.
Your little Ruth is sick too?
I'd not call it sick. The devil's touch is heavier than sick, you know. It's death driving into them forked in hoof.
Oh, pray not. Why, how does your child ail?
She ails as she must. She never waked this morning, but her eyes open, and she walks, and hears not, sees not, and cannot eat. Her soul is taken, surely.
They say you sent for Reverend Hill Beverly.
A precaution only. They say he has much experience in all demonic arts.
He has indeed, and found a witch in Beverly last year.
Now,
Let you remember
look,
that.
you Goody Putnam. They only thought that they were a witch. And I am certain that there be no element of witchcraft here.
No witchcraft. Now look you, Mr. Paris.
Thomas, I pray you lead not to witchcraft. I know that you least of all would ever wish to exact the charge laid upon me. We cannot lead to witchcraft.
Now look you, Mr. Paris. I have taken your part in all contention here, and I would continue, but I cannot if you hold back in this. There are hurtful, vengeful spirits laying hands on these children.
Thomas, you cannot.
And tell Mr. Paris what you've done.
Reverend Paris, I have laid 7 babies unbaptized into the earth. Believe me, sir, you never saw more hardy babies born, and yet each would wither in my arms the very night of their birth. Now I have spoke nothing, but my heart has clamored intimations. And now this year, my Ruth, my own, I see her turning strange, a secret child she's become this year, and shrivels like a sucking mouth, and we're pulling on her life too. And so I thought to send her to your Tituba.
Tituba, what may Tituba?
Tituba knows how to speak to the dead, Mr. Paris.
Goody Ann, it's a formidable sin to conjure up the dead.
I take it on my soul. But what other person may surely tell us who murdered my baby?
Woman!
They were murdered, Mr. Paris, and mark this proof, mark it! Last night my Ruth were ever so close to their little spirits, so I know it. For how else is she struck down now than some power of hell would stop her mouth? It's a marvelous sign, Mr. Paris.
Don't you understand it, sir? There is a murdering witch among us, bound to keep herself in the dark. Let your enemies make of it what they will, you cannot blink it more.
And you were conjuring spirits last night!
No, not I, sir, not I. Tituba and Ruth.
Now I am undone.
You are not undone, let you take hold here. Wait for no one to charge you, declare it yourself. You have discovered witchcraft.
In my house, Thomas? In my house? They will topple me with this. They'll make it.
Why are you not at home? Who is with Ruth?
Her grandma come. She gave a powerful sneeze before.
There's a sign of life.
I am well. I fear no more. Another sneeze like that would shake her wits together, I'm sure.
I would pray a while alone now, Thomas.
Uncle, you've prayed since midnight.
No. I will wait until Reverend Hale arrives. There
Now look, you sir, let you strike out against the devil and the village will bless you for it. Come down, speak with them, pray with them. They're thirsting for your word. Mr. Shirley will pray with them.
I have no stomach for disputation this morning. I will lead them in a song. But let you speak nothing of witchcraft. It is unconfirmed. I have no stomach for contention this morning. I'll have no more.
Mercy, go home to Ruth, do you hear?
I'm.
If she starts for the window, cry for me at once.
Yes, so.
There is a terrible power in her arms today.
How was Ruth sick?
It's weirdish, I know not. She seems to walk like a dead one since last night.
Betty? Now stop this, Betty. Sit up now.
Have you tried beating her? I gave Ruth a good one and it woke her for a minute here.
No, he'll be coming. No, look, you, if they be questioning us, tell them that we danced. I told him that much already.
And what more?
They saw you naked.
Jeez.
What do we do? The whole village is out.
Oh, what do we do?
I just come from the farm. The whole country's talking witchcraft. They be calling us witches, Abby.
They'll be calling us witches, Abby. She means to tell, I know it.
Abby, we've got to tell. Witchery's a hanging error. Hanging like they did in Boston 2 years ago. Abby, we must tell the truth. You'll only be whipped for dancing and other things.
Oh, we'll be whipped.
I never done none of it, Abby. I only looked.
Oh, you're a great one for looking, aren't you, Mary Warren?
Betty, no, stop this, Betty. I'll beat you, Betty. Right, you seem improving. No, I talked to your papa and I told him everything, so there's nothing to...
I want my mama.
What ails you, Betty? Your mama's dead and buried.
I'll fly to mama. Let me fly.
Betty?
No, Betty, no.
I talked to your papa. I told him everything.
You drank blood, Abby. You drank blood.
You will never say that again. You will never.
You did. You did. You did. You drank a charm to kill John Proctor's wife. You drank a charm to kill Goody Proctor.
Shut it now. Shut it. Look, you. All of you. We danced. And Ketchup conjured Ruth Putnam's dead sisters. And that is all. Mark this. Let either of you speak a word, or the edge of a word, about the other things, and I will come to you in the black of some terrible night, and I will bring a pointy reckoning that will shudder you. You know I can do it. I saw Indians smash my dear parents' heads on the pillow next to mine, and I have seen some reddish work done at night, and I can make you wish you'd never seen the sun go down. You! Sit up and stop this!
It's got her. It's a sin to conjure and you're out
I said shut it, Mary Warren!
Oh, I was just going home, Mr. Proctor.
Be you foolish, Mary Warren? Be you deaf? I forbid you leave the house, did I not? Why shall I pay you? I am looking for you more often than my cows.
I only come to see the great doings of the world.
I'll show you great doing on your us one of these days. Now get you home. My wife is waiting with your work.
Well, I must be off. I have my Ruth to watch. Good morning, Mr. Proctor.
She's only gone silly somehow. She'll come out of it.
So she flies, eh? Where are her wings?
Oh, John. Sure you're not believing she flies.
The road past my house is a pilgrimage to Salem all morning. The town's mumbling witchcraft.
Posh. We were dancing in the woods last night and my uncle leaped out on us. She took Frank is all.
Dancing by moonlight. You'll be clapped in the stocks before you're 20.
Give me a word, John. Soft word.
No, Abby, I've not come for that.
5 miles to see a silly girl fly. I know you better.
I've come to see what mischief your uncle's brewing now. Put it out of mind, Abby.
I'm waiting for you.
Abby, you'll put it out of mind. I'll not be coming for you more.
You should be sporting with me.
You know me better.
No. You punched my back when I was cups. Sweated and stabbed me whenever I had you. I saw your face when she put me out. You loved me then, and you do now.
Abby, that's a wild thing to say.
A wild thing may say wild things. I've seen you since you put me out. I've seen you nights.
I have hardly stepped off my fondness.
Since the dawn, voices drawn into my window. You tell me you never looked up at my window.
Perhaps I have.
I know you, John. I know you. I cannot sleep for dreaming, and I cannot dream that I wake and walk about the house as though I find you under some door.
Child.
How do you call me child?
Abby, I may think of you softly from time to time, but I will cut off my hand before I ever reach for you again. Put it out of mind, Abby. I'll not be coming for you more.
We touched.
I know, but we did not.
Oh, I marvel how such a strong man may look just a sickly one.
You'll speak nothing of Elizabeth.
She's blackening my name in the village. She's telling lies about me. She's a cold, sniveling woman, and you bend to her. Let her turn me.
Do it for women!
I look for John Proctor that put knowledge in my heart. I never knew what pretense Salem was. I never knew the lying lessons taught by all these Christian women and their covenanted men. And now you bid me tear the light out of my eyes. I will not, I cannot. You loved me, John Proctor, and whatever sin it is, you love me yet. Pity me, John. Pity me.
Betty!
She heard you singing something stuff at this song. The song she cannot bear to hear the Lord's name.
Oh, God forbid!
Mark it for a sign. Mark it.
That is a notorious sign of witchcraft before the prodigious sign.
My mother always told me that when I cannot bear to hear the name of the Lord.
Oh, Rebecca, come to her, we're lost. Suddenly she cannot bear to hear the Lord's name. There is heart sickness in your child's chorus, so please keep quiet.
I haven't said a word. No one here can test it.
Is she going to fly again? I hear she flies.
And quiet now.
What have you done?
Pray, calm yourselves. I have 11 children, and I am 26 times a grandma. I have seen them all through their silly season, and when it's come on them, they will run the devil boldly, keeping up with their mischief. I think she'll wake when she tires of it. A child's spirit is like a child. You can never catch it by running after it. You must stand still, and for love, it will soon itself come back.
Aye, that's the truth of it, Rebecca.
This is no silly season, Rebecca. My Ruth is bewildered, Rebecca. She cannot eat.
Perhaps she is not in hunger. Now, Mr. Paris, I think it best you send. Mr. Paris, I think it best that you do not look for spirits. I've heard promise of that outside.
There is a wide opinion running in the parish that the devil may be among us, and I would satisfy you if they are wrong.
Then let you come out and call them wrong. Are you our minister or Mr. Hale? Did you consult the wardens of the truth before you called this minister to look for devils?
He is not coming to look for devils.
Then what's he coming for?
There be children dying in the village.
I see none dying.
Hey, John, be calm. Now, Mr. Paris, I think it best to send Reverend Hale back as soon as he comes. This will set us all to arguing again in society, and we were thought to have peace this year. There is a prodigious danger in the seeking of loose spirits. I fear it. I fear it. Now let us rather blame
How
ourselves.
can we blame ourselves, Rebecca? I am one of 9 sons, the Putnam seed that peopled this province. And yet I have but one child left of 8, and now she shrivels.
cannot fathom that.
You think it God's work that you never lose a child or a grandchild either, and I bury all but one?
When Reverend Hale comes, you will tell him to continue to look for signs of witchcraft here.
You cannot command, Mr. Paris. We go by name in this society, not by acreage.
I've never heard you so worried on the society, Mr. Proctor. I don't think I've seen you at Sabbath meetings since snow flew.
I have trouble enough without I come 5 miles to hear him preach only hellfire and bloody damnation. There be many others who stay away from church these days because we hardly ever mention God anymore.
Why, that's a drastic charge.
That is somewhat true. There are many who fail to bring their children.
I do not preach for children, Rebecca. It is not children who are mindful of their obligations towards this ministry. Where is my wood? My contract provides that I can supply with all my firewood. I am waiting since November for a stick, and even in November I have to show my frostbitten hands like some London beggar.
You are allowed 6 pounds a year to buy your wood, Mr. Paris.
My salary is little enough without I spend £6 on firewood. Salary is £66, Mr. Proctor. I am not some preaching farmer with a book under my arm. I am a graduate of Harvard College.
I am well instructed in mathematics.
You will look far for a man of my kind at £66 a year, Giles Corey.
Very far.
I left a thrifty business in the Barbados to serve the Lord. I do not fathom it. Why am I persecuted here? I do not understand it. I have often wondered if the devil may be among it somewhere.
Mr. Paris, you be the first minister that ever did demand the deed to this house.
I am your third preacher in 7 years. I do not wish to be put out like the cat whenever the majority feels the wind. And people seem to not comprehend that in the parish, the minister is the Lord's man. The minister is not to be so lightly crossed and contradicted. There is either obedience, or the church will burn like hellfire is burning.
Can you speak for 1 minute without we land in hell again? I am sick of
It's
hell!
not for you to say what is good for you to hear.
I may speak my heart, I think.
What are we, Quakers? We are not Quakers here yet, Mr. Proctor. You can tell that to your followers.
My followers?
There's a faction in this church. I am not blind to it. There's a faction in the party.
Against you?
Against him in all authority.
Why then I must find it and join
You
it.
did not mean that.
I mean it solemnly, Rebecca. I like not the smell of this authority. I have a crop to sow and lumber to drag home. What say you, Giles? Let's find that party. He says there is a party.
I've changed my opinion of this man. Mr. Paris, I beg your pardon. I never thought you had so much irony in it.
Why, thank you, Giles.
It suggests to the mind what the trouble be among us all these years. Think of it. Wherefore everybody suing everybody else? I've been in court 6 times this year.
Giles, it's the devil's fault that a man cannot say you good morning without you clap him for defamation. You're old and you're not hearing as well as you did.
John Proctor, I've only last month collected 4-pound damages for you publicly saying I burned the roof off your house and
I never said no such thing, but I paid you for it, so I hope I can call you debt without charge. Now come along and help me drag my lumber home.
I'll be damned first.
A moment, Mr. Proctor. What lumber is that you're dragging home, if I may ask?
My lumber from out my forest by the riverside.
Well, we are surely gone wild this year. What anarchy is this? That tract is in my bounds. It's in my bounds, Mr. Proctor.
In your bounds, I bought that tract of a goody nurse's husband 5 months ago.
He had no right to sell it. It stands clear in my grandfather's will of law land between the river.
Your grandfather had a habit of willing away land that never belonged to him, if I may say it plainly.
That's God's truth. He nearly willed away my north pasture, but he knew I'd break his fingers off it before he ever set his name on it. Let's get your lumber home, John. I feel a sudden will to work coming on.
You load one oak of mine and you'll fight to take it home.
I will bend to put this fool and I. Come on!
I'll have my men on you, Corey. I'll pop a right on you.
Pray someone take these.
Mr. Hale, good to see you. Mind they're happy.
They must be. They are waiting with authority.
Well, you do come prepared.
We shall need hard study if it comes to tracking down the old boy. Oh, you cannot be Rebecca Nurse.
I am, sir. Do you know me?
It is strange how I knew you, but I suppose you look as such a good soul should. We have all heard of your great charities in Beverly.
Have you met Mr. Thomas Putnam and his good wife Anne?
Putnam? I don't expect such distinguished company, sir.
It does not seem to help us today, Mr. Hale. We look to you to come to our home and to help save our child.
Your child deals too.
Her soul seems blown away. She cannot wake, but she walks.
She cannot eat.
Cannot eat. Do you men also have such wicked
Oh, no,
children?
no, these men are farmers. And John Pop.
We don't believe in witches.
I never spoke on witches one way or the other. Now will you come, Giles?
No, John. I think not. I have some few queer questions of my own to ask this fellow.
I've heard you be a sensible man, Mr. Hale. I hope you leave some of it in Salem.
Will you come look at my daughter, sir? We discovered her this morning on the highway, waving her arms as though she could fly.
Tries to fly.
She cannot bear to hear the Lord's name, Mr. Hale. That is a sure sign of witchcraft.
Oh, no. Now let me instruct you. The marks of his presence are as definite as stone. You must only look for the proper signs and judge nothing beforehand. And I must tell you all that I shall not proceed unless you are willing to believe me if I should find no trace of hell in this.
It is agreed, sir, it is agreed. We'll abide by your judgment.
Good then. Now, sir, what was your first sign of this strangeness?
Why, sir, I discovered her and my niece Abigail and 10 or 12 of the other girls last night, dancing in the forest.
Do you permit dancing?
No, it was secret.
Mr. Paris' slave has knowledge of conjuring,
You not be
sir.
sure of it, couldn't
I
you?
know it, sir. I sent my daughter. She should learn from Tituba, who murdered her sisters.
Goody Anne sent a child to conjure the dead.
Let God blame me, not you, Rebecca. I'll not have you judging me anymore. Mr. Hale, is it natural work to have 7 children die before they live a day?
7 dead childbirth?
Aye.
What book is that, sir?
What's there?
Here is all the invisible world, caught, defined, and calculated. Here the devil stands stripped of all his brute disguises. Have no fear. I will find him if he has truly come among us, and I mean to crush him utterly if he shows his face here.
But will it hurt the child, sir?
I cannot say. If the devil is truly in her, you may have to rip and tear to get her free.
Then I think I'll go. I am too old for this.
Why, Rebecca, we may get to open up the portal of all our troubles today.
Let's hope for that. But I go to God for you, sir.
I hope you don't need me to go to Satan here.
I wish I knew.
Mr. Hale, I've always wanted to ask such a learned man, what signifies the reading of strange books?
What books?
I cannot tell. She hides them.
Who does this?
Martha, my wife. I have waked many times at night and found her in a corner, reading of a book. Now, what do you make of that?
Well, that's not
It
necessarily...
discomforts me. Last night, mark this, I tried and could not say my prayers. And then she closed her book, walks out of the house, and all of a sudden, mark this, I can pray again.
Prayer. That is strange. I'd like to speak further on this.
I'm not saying she touched the devil now, but I'd admire to know what books she reads and why she hides them. She'll not answer me, you see?
I will discuss it. Now mark me. If the devil is in her, you'll witness some frightful wonders in this room. So please keep your wits about you. Mr. Putnam, stand close in case she tries to fly. Now, Betty, dear, won't you sit up? Can you hear me, child? I'm John Hale, Minister of Beverly. I've come to help you, child. Do you remember my 2 little girls in Beverly?
Why could it be me? Why would the devil choose my house to strike?
Why, what victory would the devil have to win a soul already had? It is the best the devil wants, and who better than the minister?
That's deep, Mr. Paris, deep.
Does someone afflict you, child? It need not be a woman, mind you, nor a man. Perhaps some beast invisible to others. Is there some figure bids you fly? In nomine Domine Sabaoth si filique ite ad infernos. Abigail, what sort of dancing were you doing in the forest?
Why, common dancing is all.
I think I ought to say I Saw a kettle in the grass while they were dancing.
That were only soup.
Soup? What kind of soup?
Why, it were beans and lentils, I think.
Mr. Paris, did you happen to notice, did you, any living thing within that kettle? A mouse, a spider, a frog, perhaps? Any living thing?
A frog jumped in. We never put it in.
Frog!
We never put it in!
Abigail, it may be your cousin is dying. Did you call the devil last night?
No, I never called him. Tituba called him.
She called the devil?
I should like to speak with Tituba.
Good thing, will you bring her up?
How did she call him?
I know not. She spoke Barbados.
Did you feel any strangeness when she called him? A cold wind, perhaps a trembling below the ground?
I didn't see no devil. Daddy.
You cannot evade me, Abigail. Did your cousin drink any of the brew within that kettle?
She never drank it.
Did you drink it?
No, sir.
Did Tituba ask you to drink
She
it?
tried, but I refused.
Why are you concealing? Have you sold yourself to Lucifer?
I never sold myself. I'm a good girl. I did drink of the kettle, but she made me do it. She made Betty do it. Abby. She makes me drink blood.
Blood?
My baby's blood.
No, chicken blood. I did see chicken blood.
Woman, have you enlisted these children for the devil?
No, sir.
Then why can she not wake? Are you silencing this child?
Love me, Betty.
You set your spirit upon this child, have you not? You are gathering souls for the devil.
She set her spirit on me in church. She makes me laugh at prayer.
She have often laughed at prayer.
She comes to me every night to go and drink blood.
You begged me to conjure Abby. She begged me to charm.
I'll tell you something. I always see her in my sleep. She's always making me dream corruptions. And sometimes I wake and find myself standing in an open doorway. Not a stitch on my body.
Tituba, I want you to wake these children!
I have the power on this
Oh,
child,
you most
sir.
certainly do, and you will lose it from it now! When did you compact with the devil?
Compact with the devil, sir.
Tituba, you will confess her, I'll take you out and whip you to your death!
She must be hanged, she must be taken
No,
to hang.
go ahead, Tituba. I tell her I desire to work for him, sir.
Who? The devil? Now, Tituba, I know that when we find ourselves in hell, it is very hard to break with it entirely. We are going to help you tear yourself free. You will be a good Christian woman, would you not, Tituba?
I, sir, a good Christian woman.
And you love this little girl?
I don't desire to hurt these little children, sir.
And you love God,
I
Tituba?
love God with all my being, sir.
In God's holy name.
Bless him, bless him.
And to his glory.
Eternal glory, bless him, bless God.
Open yourself. Open yourself and let God's holy light shine on you.
Oh, bless the Lord.
Now, when the devil comes to you, does he ever come with someone you know? Someone from the village, perhaps?
Who came with him?
Sarah Good. Did you ever see Sarah Good with him? Or Osborne?
Was it a man or a woman?
Was woman.
A woman. A woman, she says. What woman?
It was black dark, and
You said you could see him. Why could you not see her?
there was always running around and carrying on, sir.
Witch, running around. Witches? Salem witches?
I believe so.
Now you must have no fear to tell us who they are. The devil can never overcome a minister, you know that.
I do, sir.
You have announced your soul from witchcraft, and that speaks a wish to come to heaven's side. And we will bless you, Tituba, bless you.
Bless you, Mr. Hale.
You are God's instrument, put in our hands to help us discover the devil's agents among us. So turn your back on him. Turn your back on him and face God, Tituba. Face God, and God will protect you.
Oh, God protect Tituba.
Now, when the devil came to you, how many did he come with? 2, 3, 4? How many?
There was
What are
4.
their names? What are their names?
Oh, how many times he bid me kill you, Mr. Paris?
Kill me.
He say, Mr. Paris must be killed. Mr. Paris, no goodly man. Mr. Paris, mean man, no gentle man. He bid me raise out of my bed at night and cuts your throat. I tell him, no, I don't take that man. I don't want to kill that man. But he say, you work for me, Tituba. I make you free. I give you pretty dress to wear, and I'm gonna send you high up in the air. You're gonna fly back home to Barbados. And I say, you lied, devil, you lied. But he come to me one stormy night, and he say, look, I have white people who belong to me. And I look, and there's Goody Good.
Sarah Good.
Aye, sir. And Goody Osborne.
I knew it. I told you, Thomas Liddell. I told you. Goody Osborne moved midwife to me 3 times, sir. My babies always shriveled in their arms, sir.
Now take courage. You must have no fear to give us all their names.
Look at
These little children, look at their God-given innocence. And then now the devil is out and preying on them like the beast on the flesh of a pure lamb. God will bless you for your help, Tituba.
I want to open myself! I want the light of God. I want the sweet love of Jesus. I danced for the devil.
Abigail!
I saw him. I wrote in his book. But I go back to Jesus. I kiss his hands. I saw Sarah Good with the devil. I saw Goody Osborne with the devil. I saw Bridget Bishop with the devil. I saw George Jacobs with the devil.
She speaks!
Oh, God is broken.
I saw Goody Osborne with the devil. I saw Martha Barrow with the devil. I saw Martha Allen with the devil. I saw Goody Franklin with the devil. I saw Goody Pike with the devil. I saw Goody Park with the devil. I saw Goody Cobb with the devil. I saw Goody Hall with the devil. I saw Goody Hoover with the devil.
What keeps you so late? It's almost dark.
I were planting fire at the forest edge.
Oh, you're done then.
The farm is seated. Who is asleep?
They will be soon.
Pray now for a fair summer.
Aye.
Are you well today?
I am. There's a rabbit.
Oh, is it? In Jonathan's trap?
No, she walked into the house this afternoon. I found her sitting in the corner like she'd come to visit.
Oh, that's a good sign walking in.
Pray God. It hurt my heart to strip her. Poor rabbit.
It is well seasoned.
I took great care. She's tender?
Honest. I think we'll see green fields soon. Warm as blood beneath the cloth.
That's well.
Cider?
Aye.
If the crop was good, I'll buy George Jacobs' heifer. How would that please you?
Aye, it would.
I mean to please you, Elizabeth.
I know it, John.
This farm's a continent when you go foot by foot dropping seeds in it.
Must be.
Let you come with me on Sunday and we'll walk the farm together. I never did see such a load of flowers on the earth. Massachusetts is a beauty in the spring.
Aye, it is.
I think you're sad again. Are you?
You come so late, I thought you'd gone to Salem this afternoon.
Why? I have no business in Salem.
You did speak of going earlier this week.
I thought better of it said.
Mary Warren's there today.
Why did you let her? You heard me forbid her to go to Salem anymore.
I couldn't stop her.
It is the fault, Elizabeth. You are the mistress here, not Mary Warren.
She frightened all my strength away.
How may that mouse frighten you, Elizabeth?
It is no mouse no more. I forbid her go, and she raises up her chin like the daughter of a prince, and says to me, I must go to Salem, Goody Proctor. I am an official of the court, she says.
Court? What court?
Aye, it is a proper court they have now. They've sent 4 judges out of Boston, she says, weighty magistrates of the general court. And at the head sits the deputy governor of the province.
Why, she's mad.
I wish God she were. There'll be 14 people in the jail now, she says. And they'll be tried. And the court have power to hang them too, she says.
They'd never hang.
The deputy governor promised hanging if they'll not confess, John. Town's gone wild, I think. Mary Warren speaks of Abigail as though she were a saint to hear her. She brings the other girls into the court, and where she walks, the crowd will part like the sea for Israel. And folks are brought before them, and if Abigail scream and howl and fall to the floor, then the person's clapped in jail for bewitching her.
It is a black mischief.
I think you must go to Salem, John. I think so. You must tell them it is a fraud.
It is surely.
Let you go to Ezekiel Cheever. He knows you well. And tell him what she said to you last week in her uncle's house. She said it had not to do with witchcraft, did she not?
She did.
God forbid you keep that from the court, John. I think they must be told.
Aye, they must. It is a wonder they do believe her.
I would go to Salem now, John. Let you go tonight.
I'll think on it.
You cannot keep it, John.
I know I cannot keep it. I say I will think on it.
Good then. Let you think on it.
I am only wondering how I may prove what she told me, Elizabeth. If the girl's a saint now, I think it is not easy to prove she's fraud. She told it to me in a room alone. I have no proof for it.
You were alone with her?
For a moment, aye.
Why then? It is not as you told me.
For a moment, I say. The others come in soon after.
Do as you wish then.
Woman, I will not have your suspicion anymore.
I have no suspicion.
I'll not have it.
Then let you not earn it.
You doubt me yet?
John, if it were not Abigail that you must go to hurt, would you falter now? I think not.
Now look you.
I see what I see, John.
You will not judge me more, Elizabeth. I have good reason to think before I charge fraud on Abigail. And I will think on it. When you look for your own improvement before you go to judge your husband anymore. I have forgotten Abigail.
And I.
Spare me! You forget nothing and forgive nothing. Learn charity, woman. You have not gone tiptoe in this house all 7 months since she is gone. I have not moved from there to there without, I think, to please you, and still an everlasting funeral marches around your heart. I cannot speak, but I am doubted, every moment judged for lies, as though I come into a court when I come into this house.
John, you are not open with me. You said you saw her with a crowd.
I'll plead my honesty no more, Elizabeth.
John, I'm only...
No more! I should have roared you down when I first told you of your suspicion. But I will. Like a Christian, I confess. But you look sometimes for the goodness in me and judge me not.
I do not judge you. I never thought you but a good man, John. Only somewhat bewildered.
Oh, Elizabeth, your justice would freeze beer. How do you go to Salem when I forbid it? Do you mock me? I will whip you if you dare leave this house again.
I am sick, Mr. Proctor. Pray hurt me not. My insides are all shuddery, and I'm in the proceedings all day, sir.
And what of the proceedings here? When will you proceed to keep this house as you're paid £9 a year to do? And my wife not wholly well.
made a gift for you today, Goody Proctor. I had to sit long hours in a chair and I passed time with sewing.
Why, thank you. It is a fair poppet.
We must all love each other now, Goody Proctor.
Aye, indeed we must.
I have to go to bed now, but I'll wake up early in the morning and clean the house.
Mary, is it true there'll be 14 women arrested?
No, sir. There'll be 39 now.
Why, she's weeping. What ails you, child?
Goody Osborne will hang.
Hang? Hang, you say?
Aye.
The deputy governor will permit it?
He sentenced her, he must. But not Sarah Good. For Sarah Good confessed, you see,
Confessed to what?
that she sometimes made a compact with Lucifer and wrote her name in his black book with her blood and bound herself to torment all Christians till God's thrown down, and we must all worship hell forevermore.
But surely you know what a jabberer she is. Did you tell them that?
Mr. Proctor, in open court, she nearly choked us all to death.
How choked you?
She sent her spirit out.
Oh, very, very surely.
She tried to kill me many times, Goody Proctor.
Why, I never heard you mention that before.
I never knew it before. But then she sit there denying and denying, and I feel a misty coldness climbing up my back, and the skin on my skull begin to creep, and I feel a clamp around my neck, and I cannot breathe air. And then I hear a voice, a screaming voice, and it were my voice. And all at once I remember everything she'd done to me.
Why? What did she do to you?
So many times, Mr. Proctor, she come to this very door begging bread and a cup of cider, and whenever I turned her way empty, she mumbled.
She may mumble hungry.
But what does she mumble? You must remember, Goody Proctor, last month on Monday, I think. Mark this. When I sent her away empty, I thought my guts would burst 2 days after. Don't you remember it?
Why, I do, I think, but...
And so I told that to Judge Hawthorne, and he says to her, "So Goody Good," says he, "what curse do you mumble that this girl must fall sick after you turning me away?" And she replies, "Why, Your Excellence, no curse at all. I only say my commandments. I only hope to say my commandments," says she.
And that's an upright answer.
But then Judge Hawthorne says, "Recite for us your commandments." And of all 10, she could not say a single one. She never knew no commandments. And they had her in a flat lie.
And so condemned her?
Why, they must when she condemned herself.
But the proof!
I told you the proof. It's hard proof, hard as a rock, the judges said.
You will not go to that court again, Mary Warren.
I must tell you, sir, I will be gone for every day for some time now. I am amazed you don't see what weighty work we do.
What work you do? It is strange work for a Christian girl to hang old women.
But they will not hang them if they confess. Good will only sit in jail for some time now. You must see it, sir. It is God's work we do, and I will be gone.
I'll official you.
I will not be whipped no more, Mr. Proctor. The devil's loose in Salem, and we must discover where he's hiding.
I'll rip the devil out of you!
I saved your life today. I am accused. You were somewhat mentioned. But I said I'd never see no sign you sent your spirit out to hurt no one. And seeing I live so closely with you, they dismissed it. Who accused me? I am bound by law, I cannot tell. I hope you'll not be sarcastical with me no more, Mr. Proctor. 4 judges and the King's deputy sat with us about an hour ago. I will have you speak civilly to me from now on out.
Go to bed.
I will not be ordered to bed no more, Mr. Proctor. I am 18, a woman, however single.
Do you wish to sit up? Then sit up.
Well, I wish to go to bed.
Good night, then!
Good night. Oh, the news is up.
There'll be no news.
She wants me dead, John. I knew all week would come to
They
this.
dismissed it. You heard her say
And
this.
what of tomorrow? She will cry me out until they take me.
Sit you down.
She wants me dead, John, you know it.
I say sit you down. Now we must be wise, Elizabeth.
Oh, indeed, indeed.
I'll find Ezekiel Chiefra. I'll tell him she said it were all sport.
John, with so many in the jail, more than that is needed now, I think. Would you favor me with this? Go to Abigail.
What have I to say to Abigail?
John, grant me this. You have a faulty understanding of young girls. There is a promise made in any bed.
What
And-
promise?
Spoke or silent, a promise is surely made. And she may dote on it now, I'm sure she does. And thinks to kill me than to take my place. It is her dearest hope, John, I know it. There be 1,000 names, why does she call mine? I know goody good that sleeps in ditches, nor Osborne drunk and half-witted. She dare not call out such a farmer's wife, but there be monstrous profit in it. She thinks to take my place, John.
She cannot think it.
She cannot pass you in the church, but you will blush.
Let me blush for my sin.
I think she sees another meaning in that blush.
And what see you? What see you, Elizabeth?
I think you be somewhat ashamed, for I am there and she so close.
When will you know me, woman? If I was stone, I would have cracked for shame this 7 month.
Then go and tell her she's a whore. Whatever promise she may sense, break it, John, break it.
Good then, I'll go. I will curse her hotter than the oldest cinder in hell. But I'll plead no more, Elizabeth. I see your spirit twists around the single error of my life, and I'll never tear it free.
You'll tear it free. When you come to know that I will be your only wife or no wife at all. She has an arrow in you yet, John Proctor. And you know it well.
Good evening.
Why, Mr. Hale, good evening. Come in.
I hope I didn't startle you.
No, it's only that I heard the horse.
Well, you are good wife Proctor.
Aye, Elizabeth.
I hope you're not to bed yet.
No. Let you come in, Mr. Hale. We are not used to visitors after dark. You're welcome. Will you sit down, sir?
Let you sit as well, good wife Proctor.
Will you drink cider, Mr. Hale?
Oh, no, it rebels my stomach, and I still have some further traveling to do tonight. I will not keep you long, but I do have business with you.
Business of the court.
No, I come my own, away from the court's authority. You see, sir, I'm a stranger in this land, and as you know, I find it hard to draw a clear opinion of those that come accused before the court. So, this afternoon and now tonight, I go from house to house. I come now from Rebecca Nurse's house, where
Rebecca's charged?
God forbid such a woman is heard to be charged. She is mentioned somewhat.
You will never believe, I hope, that Rebecca trafficked with the devil.
Woman, it is possible.
Surely you cannot think so.
These are strange times, mister. No man may longer doubt the powers of the dark are gathering in a monstrous attack upon this village. There's too much evidence now to deny it. You will agree, sir.
I have no knowledge in that line. But it is hard for me to think so pious of a woman be secretly a devil's bitch after 7 years of such good prayer.
Aye, but the devil is a wily one. We cannot deny it. But she is far from accused, and I know she will not be. Now I thought, sir, to put some questions to the Christian character of this house, if you'll permit me.
Why, we have no fear of questions, sir.
Good then. In the book of record that Mr. Paris keeps, I note that you are rarely in church on Sabbath.
No, sir, you are mistaken.
Only 26 times in 17 months, sir. I must call that rare. Can you tell me why you have been so absent?
I never knew I must account to that man, whether I come to church or stay at home. My wife was sick this winter.
So I am told. But you, sir, why could you not come alone?
I surely did when I could, and when I cannot, I prayed in this house.
Mr. Proctor, your house is not a church. Surely your theology must tell you that.
It does, sir, it does. It also tells me that a minister may pray to God with having a golden candlesticks upon the altar.
What golden candlesticks?
Since we built the church, we had pewter candlesticks upon the altar. Francis Durst made them, you know, and a sweeter hand never touched the metal. But Paris come, and for 20 weeks he preached nothing but golden candlesticks until he had them. Now I labor upon the earth from blink of day to dawn of night, and I tell you true. When I look up to heaven and see my money glaring at his elbows, it hurt my prayer, sir. It hurt my prayer.
And yet, sir, a Christian on Sabbath day must be in church. Tell me, you have 3 children.
Aye, boys.
How came it be that only the first 2 are baptized?
I like not that Mr. Parris should lay his hand upon my baby. I see no light of God in that man. I'll not conceal it.
I must say, Mr. Proctor, that is not for you to decide. Man is ordained. Therefore, the light of God is in him.
What's your suspicion, Mr. Hale?
I have no...
I nailed the roof upon the church. I hung the door.
Well, you did. That's a good sign, then.
Maybe I have been too quick to bring the man to book. But surely you cannot think we ever desired the destruction of religion here. I think that is in your mind, is it not?
There is a softness in your records, sir, a softness.
I think maybe we have been too hard on Mr. Parris. I think so, but sure we never loved the devil here.
Do you know your commandments, Elizabeth?
I surely do. There be no mark of blame upon my life, Mr. Hale. I am a covenanted Christian woman.
And you, sir?
I'm sure I do, sir.
Let you repeat them.
The commandments?
Aye.
Thou shalt not kill.
Aye.
Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's goods, nor make unto thee any graven image. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord in vain. Have no other gods before me. Thou shalt remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. Thou shalt honor thy father and thy mother. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
You said that one twice, sir.
Aye.
Adultery, John.
Aye. You see, between the 2 of us, we do know them all, sir. I think it be small fault.
Theology, sir, is a fortress. No crack in a fortress may be considered small.
There be no love of Satan in this house.
I pray it, sir. I pray it dearly. Now then, I wish you good night.
Mr. Hale, I do think you are suspecting me somewhat, are you not?
It is not in my place to judge you, Goody Proctor. I may only do what I can to add to the godly wisdom of the court. Now I pray you both good health and good fortune. Good night.
I think you must tell him, John.
What's that?
Will you tell him?
I have no witness, and cannot prove it except my word be taken, but I know the children's sickness had naught to do with witchcraft.
Not to do with witchcraft.
Mr. Parris discovered them dancing in the forest. They were startled and took sick.
Who told you this?
Abigail Williams.
Abigail Williams. Abigail Williams said it had naught to do with witchcraft.
Aye.
Why did you keep this?
I never knew until tonight. The world has gone daft with this nonsense.
Nonsense! Sir, I myself have examined Tituba, and Sarah and numerous others. They have confessed to being with the devil. They have confessed it.
And why not, if they must hang for denying it? There are them that will confess to anything before they'll hang. Have you never thought of that?
I have. But would you testify this in court?
I had not reckoned into going into court, but if I must, I will.
You falter there.
I falter nothing. I only wonder if my story be credited in such a court. I do wonder when a minister as steady-minded as you will suspicion a woman that will never lie. She cannot lie, and the world knows she cannot. I may falter somewhat. I am no fool.
Let you open with me, Proctor, for I have heard a thing that greatly troubles me. It is said that you hold the belief that there may not even be witches in this world.
I know not what I have said. I may have said it.
Then you do
I
not
have
believe.
wondered if there be witches in the world.
Then you do not believe.
The Bible speaks of it, and I will not deny them.
And you, woman?
I cannot believe it.
You cannot!
Listen, you bewilder him.
I cannot think the devil may own a woman's soul, Mr. Hale, when she has kept an upright way as I have. I am a good woman, I know it. And if you think I may do only good work in the world and yet be secretly bound to Satan, Then I must tell you, sir, I do not believe
But
it.
surely you believe there are witches in the Bible,
If you think that I am one, then I say there are none.
You surely do not lie against the gospel. The gospel!
Believes in the gospel, every word.
Ask Abigail Williams about the gospel, not myself.
Does not mean to doubt the gospel. You cannot think of this as a Christian house, sir, a Christian house.
God keep you both. Let the third child be quickly baptized, and go you without fail each Sunday to Sabbath prayer. And keep a solemn, quiet way amongst you.
Giles, what's the matter?
They take my wife and Rebecca Nurse!
Rebecca's in the jail?
John, Cheever, come and take her in the wagon. We've just arrived at the jail and they barely even allowed us in to see them.
They've surely gone wild now, Mr. Hale.
Mr. Hale, can you not speak to the deputy governor? He surely mistakes this.
Come on, Mr. Nurse.
My wife is the very brick and mortar of this church. And Martha Corey, there cannot be a woman closer to God than Martha.
How is your wife accused?
For murder, she is accused. For the marvelous and supernatural murder of Goody Putnam's babies. What am I to do, Mr. Hale?
Believe me, Mr. Nurse, if Rebecca be tainted, then nothing's to stop the whole green world from burning. But let you rest upon the justice of the court. The court will send her home. They must!
You cannot mean she will be tried in court.
Tell me that woman murdered children.
I never said my wife were a witch, Mr. Hale. I only said she were reading books.
Mr. Corey, what complaint exactly was made against your wife?
That bloody mongrel Walcott charged her. You see, he bought a pig off my wife 4 or 5 years ago, and the pig died soon after. So he come dancing in for his money back. And so my Martha, she say to him, Walcott, if you haven't the wit to feed a pig properly, you'll not live to own many, she say. And so he goes to court and claims that from that day to this, he cannot keep a pig alive for more than 4 weeks because my Martha bewitched him with her books.
Good evening. Good evening, John Proctor.
Why, Mr. Cheever, good evening.
Good evening, all. Mr. Hale.
I hope you come not on business of the court.
I do, John. I am clerk of the court now, you know.
It's a shame, Ezekiel, that an honest tailor might have gone to heaven, must burn in hell. You'll die for this, do you know it?
You yourself know I must do as I'm told. You surely know that, Giles. Now believe me, Proctor, how heavy be the law. All its tonnage I do carry on my back tonight. I have a warrant for your wife.
What say you, a warrant for my wife? You said she was not charged!
I know nothing of it! What was she charged?
I am given 16 warrant tonight, sir. She is one.
Who charged her?
What? Abigail Williams.
Abigail Williams, on what proof? What proof?
Mr. Proctor, please, I have little time. The court bid me search your house, but I like not to search a house. So would you please hand me any poppets your wife may keep here?
Poppets?
I never kept no poppets, not since I were a girl.
I spy a poppet, Goody Proctor.
Oh. Why, this is Mary's.
So would you please hand it to me?
Has the court discovered a text of poppets now?
Do you keep any others in this house?
No, nor this one till tonight. What signifies a poppet?
Oh, well, a poppet, a poppet may signify that... A poppet... No, woman, would you please come with me?
No, she will not. Fetch Mary.
No, I am forbid to leave her from my sight.
You leave her out of sight and out of mind, mister.
Fetch Mary, Elizabeth.
But what meaning has a poppet?
Well, see, they say it may signify that... Wait, this...
What's there?
A needle! Willard, it is a needle!
And what signifies a needle?
Then this go hard with her, Proctor. I had my doubts, Proctor, but here's calamity. You see it, sir, it is a needle!
Why, what meaning has it?
The girl! The Williams girl, Abigail Williams, sir. She sat to dinner at Reverend Parris's house tonight, and without word nor warning, she falls to the floor like a struck beast, he says. Screamed a scream that a bull would weep to hear. And as he goes to save her, he finds buried 2 inches deep in the flesh of her belly a needle. And demanding of her how she come to be so stabbed, she testified where your wife's familiar spirit pushed it in.
Why, she done it herself. I hope you're not taking this for proof, Mr.
It
Hale.
is hard proof. I find here a poppet Goody Proctor keeps. I have found it, sir, and in the belly of the poppet, a needle stuck.
Here now. Mary, how did this puppet come into my house?
Well, poppet's that, sir.
This puppet!
What? I think it's mine.
It is your puppet, is it not?
It is, sir.
And who stuck the needle in it?
I believe I did, sir.
What say you?
A needle were found stabbed into this poppet.
Well, I meant no harm by it, sir.
You stuck that needle in yourself?
I believe I did, sir.
What say you now?
You charge a cold and cruel murder on Abigail.
Murder? I charge no murder.
Abigail Williams was stabbed tonight. A needle found stuck into her belly.
And she accuses me.
Aye.
Why? The girl is murdered. She must be ripped out of the world.
You've heard that, sir? Ripped out of the world. Willard, you've heard it?
Out of here!
Proctor, you dare not touch the warrant.
Out of here!
You've ripped the deputy governor's warrant!
I am the deputy governor! Out of my house!
Proctor!
Get ye gone with him. You are a broken minister.
Proctor, she is innocent.
She is innocent. Why do you not want to have Paris be innocent? Or Abigail? Was the accuser always holy now? Was she born this morning as clean as God's fingers? I'll tell you what's walking in Salem. Vengeance is walking in Salem. We are what we always were in Salem, but now the little crazy children are jangling the keys to the kingdom, and common vengeance writes the law. This warrant is vengeance. I will not give my wife to vengeance.
John, I'll go.
You will not go.
John, no!
John! I have 9 men outside, John. You cannot do this. The law binds me, John. I cannot budge.
You will see her taken.
The courts.
Pontius Pilate! God will not let you wash your hands of this.
John, I think I must go with them. Mary, there's bread enough for the morning. We'll bake in the afternoon. Treat Mr. Proctor as though you were his daughter. You own that, and much more. When the children wake, speak nothing of witchcraft. It will frighten them.
I will bring you soon. I will bring you home.
Oh, John, bring me soon.
I will fall like an ocean on that court. Fear nothing, Elizabeth.
I will fear nothing. Tell the children I have gone to visit someone sick.
Get silent.
Willard, don't chain her!
It is broad. You know it is broad.
Have it!
What keeps you there?
Have her chained!
For God's sake, John, I cannot help myself. I must chain them all. You keep you at his house until dawn.
I will pay you. I will surely pay you.
Come on.
Proctor,
Out of my sight.
Charity, Proctor, charity. What I have heard in her favor, I will not fear to testify. God help me, I cannot judge her guilty or innocent, I know not.
You are a coward. Though you will be ordained by God's own tears, you are a coward now.
I cannot think that God would be provoked so grandly by such a petty cause. The jails are packed. Our greatest judges sit in Salem now, and a hanging's promised. Were there murder done, perhaps? Some abomination, some secret blasphemy that stinks to heaven. Let you think on cause and help me to discover it. Let you all counsel among yourselves, and what may have drawn from heaven such thundering wrath upon you all. Pray God open all our eyes.
I never heard no murder done the same.
Leave me, Francis, leave me.
John, tell me, are we lost?
I know not, Giles. Go home.
What you think on it? We'll come early, eh?
Hi, Giles. Go home.
Good night.
Mr. Proctor, Very likely the letter come home and give proper evidence.
You will come with me to the court, Mary Warren. You will tell it in the court.
I cannot try to murder an Abigail.
You will tell the court how this papa came into my house and who stuck the needle in.
She'll kill me for saying that. And Abigail will charge lechery on you, Mr. Crawford.
She's told you?
I have known it, sir. And she'll ruin you with it. I know she will.
Good. Good. The saintliness is done with. We will slide into a pit together. You will tell the court what you know.
I cannot return on me.
That goodness will not die for me. I will bring your guts into your mouth, but that will not die for me.
I cannot.
Make your peace with it. Make your peace. Peace! We are what we always were, but naked now. I naked.
I cannot.
God's wind, God's icy wind will blow!
I cannot. I cannot.
Corey, there is abundant evidence in our hands to show that you have given yourself to the reading of fortunes. Do you deny it?
I am innocent to a witch. I know not what a witch is.
How do you know then that you are not a witch?
If I were, I would know it.
Why do you hurt these children?
I do not hurt them, I scorn it.
I have evidence for the court! See, Thomas Putnam is reaching out for land! I have evidence! Why will you not hand my evidence? Hands on Debbie! No, you will not give me that! I have evidence! Give me
A moment.
You, Mr. Hale, go in there and demand I speak!
A moment, sir, a moment.
They're hanging my wife!
How dare you come in roaring into this court? Are you gone back, Corey?
You're not a bastard!
Who is this man?
Giles Corey, sir, in a more contentious
I am
than
asking a question, and I am old enough to answer it. Thank you. My name is Corey, sir. Giles Corey. I have 600 acres and timber in addition. It is my wife that you be condemning now.
And how do you intend to support her cause with such contemptuous right? Now be gone. Your old age alone keeps you out of jail for this.
They're telling lies about my wife, sir, and
You take it upon yourself to decide what the court shall see and the court shall set aside?
Your Excellency, we mean no disrespect.
Disrespect, indeed. It is disruption, mister. This is the highest court of the supreme government of this province. Do you know it?
Your Excellency, I only said you're reading books and they come and take her out of my
What
house.
books?
It is my third wife, sir. And I never had such a wife that be so taken with books. Do you understand? And so I thought to find the cause of it, but it would know which I blamed her for. I have broke charity with the woman. I have broke charity with her.
Excellency, he brings hard evidence for his wife's offense. Surely
Then
all
let him
just...
submit his evidence in proper affidavit. You are certainly aware of our procedures here, Mr. Hale. Clear this room.
Come on, Giles.
Please, sir. We are desperate. We come here 3 days and cannot be heard. Who is this man? Francis Nurse. Excellency.
His wife's Rebecca that were condemned this morning.
Indeed. I am amazed to find you in such uproar. I only have good reported your character, Mr. Nurse.
I think they must both be arrested in contempt.
Let me write your plea in due time.
Excellency, we have proof for your eyes. God forbid you shut them to it. The girls, sir, the girls are frauds.
What's that?
We have proof of it, sir. They are deceiving you.
This is contempt, sir. Contempt.
Please, Judge Hawthorne. Do you know who I am, Mr. Nurse?
I surely do. And I would think you'd be a very wise judge to be what you are.
And do you know that near 400 are imprisoned from Marblehead to Lynn and upon my signature, and 72 condemned to hang by that signature?
Excellency, I never thought to say this to such a weighty judge, but you are deceived.
Your Honor. Mary Warren, what are you about here?
She would speak with the deputy governor.
Did you not tell me Mary Warren were sick in bed?
She were, Your Honor. When I go to fetch her to court last week, she said she was sick.
She has been striving with her soul all week, Your Honor, and she comes now to tell the truth to you.
Now, who is this man?
John Proctor, sir. Elizabeth Proctor is my wife.
Beware this man, Your Honor. This man is a mischief.
I think you must hear this girl, Your Excellency.
Peace! What would you tell us, Mary Warren?
She never saw no spirits.
Never saw no spirits.
Never.
She has signed a deposition.
No, I accept the depositions. Tell me, Mr. Proctor, have you given the story out to the rest of the village?
We have not.
They have come to over
Mr. Harris! Mr. Proctor, are you aware that the entire contention of the state in these trials is that the voice of heaven is speaking through these children?
I know that, sir.
And you, Mary Warren, how came you to cry witchery out on others?
They were pretense, sir.
I cannot hear you.
They were pretense, she said.
Pretense! And the others, Susanna Walcott, the other girls, they were all also pretending?
Aye, sir.
Indeed. Now, before I decide whether I shall hear you or not, it is my duty to tell you this. We burn a hot fire here, it melts away all concealment. So are you certain with your conscience that your evidence is the truth?
It is, and you will surely know it.
I think you came here to declare this revelation to the open court?
I thought I would, aye, with your permission.
Now, what is your purpose in doing so?
Why, I would free my wife, sir.
There lurks nowhere in your heart, nor in your spirit, a reason to undermine this court.
I know, sir.
I'll tell you, Mr. Proctor, I have seen marvels in this courtroom. I have seen people choked before my very eyes. I have seen them punctured by pins and slashed by daggers, and I have not, up until this very moment, had a reason to suspect that these girls may be deceiving me. Do you understand my meaning?
Excellency, does it not strike upon you that so many of these women have lived for so long and with such upright...
Do you read the gospel, Mr. Proctor?
I read the gospel.
I think not. Or else you should surely know that Cain were an upright man, and yet he did kill Abel.
Aye, God tells us that. You tells us Rebecca Nurse murdered 7 babies by sending out her spirit on them. It is the girls only, and this one will swear she lied to you.
Judge Hawthorne, is Mr. Proctor's wife the one?
Aye, she is the one.
Mr. Proctor, this morning your wife sent me a claim in which she states she's pregnant.
My wife pregnant?
We've done examinations, there be no proof
But
for
if
it.
she says she is pregnant, then she must be. That woman will never lie, Mr. Danforth.
She will not.
Never, sir, never.
Mr. Proctor, if I should tell you that I will let her be kept another month, and if she begins to show her natural signs, you will have her yet living another year. Come, man, you say your only purpose is to save your wife. Well, she is saved for a year, and a year is long. Now, what do you say? Will you drop this charge?
I think I cannot, sir.
Then I'm afraid your purpose is somewhat larger.
They have come to overthrow the court, Your Honor.
These are my friends, they're
I
wise.
judge you not, sir. Sit you down, ready to hear your evidence.
I come not to hurt the court, sir.
Marshal, go into the courtroom and be Judge Sutton and George Sewell declare recess for 1 hour. Let them go to the tavern if they will. But all witnesses and prisoners will be kept in the building.
If you forgive me, sir, I've known this man all my life. It is a good man.
Sure, Marshal.
Aye, sir.
Now, what information do you have for us, Mr. Proctor?
I'm no lawyer, so...
The pure of heart need no lawyers. Proceed as you will.
Will you read this first, sir? It's a sort of testament. The people signing it declare their good opinion of Rebecca Nurse and my wife and Martha Corey.
Their good opinion.
These are all covenant people, landowning farmers, members of the church. If you'll notice, sir, they've known the women for many years and never saw no sign of any of them dealing with the devil.
How many names are on this list?
91, Excellency.
These people should be brought in for questioning.
Mr. Danforth, I gave these people my word that no harm would come to them for signing.
This is a clear attack upon the court.
Is every defense an attack upon the court? Can no one even
All
wait?
of the Christian people are happy for the courts to Salem. These people are gloomy for it. I think you should want to know what discontents them with you, Your Honor.
It is not necessarily an attack. Yet, I think.
These are covenant Christians.
Then I'm sure that they have nothing to fear. Mr. Chief, you have warrants drawn up for all these people. Arrests for examination. Now, Mr. Proctor, is there any more information you have for us? You may sit down, Mr. Nurse.
I brought trouble on these people I have.
No, old man, you have not brought trouble upon these people if they are of good conscience. But you must remember, sir, you are either counted with this court or must be counted against it. There is no road in between. I see she is not hardy.
No, she's not. Mary. Now remember what the angel Raphael said to the boy Tobias. Remember it. Do that which is good, and no harm shall come to thee.
Come, man, we wait you.
John, my deposition, give him mine.
This is Mr. Corey's deposition.
Oh.
What lawyer drew that, Corey?
You know I never hired no lawyer in my life, Hawthorne.
This is very well phrased, Mr. Corey. My compliments. Mr. Paris, Mr. Putnam is in the room. Can you please bring him in? You have no legal training, Mr. Corey.
I have the best, sir. I am 33 times in court and always plaintiff too.
Then you are much put upon.
I never put upon. I know my rights and I'd like to have them. You know, your father tried a case of mine, might be 35 years ago, I think.
Indeed.
He never spoke to you about it?
No, sir, I cannot recall it.
That's strange. You were a fair judge, your father. You see, there was this fellow with a white mare, and I'd like to borrow the mare, but I just don't sue it. There he is!
Mr. Putnam, we have here an accusation from Mr. Corey against you. He states you coldly prompted your daughter to cry witchery out on George Jacobs, who is now in jail.
It is a lie.
Mr. Putnam states your charge is a lie. What say you to that?
A fart on Thomas Putnam, that's what I say to that!
But what proof do you submit with your evidence, sir?
My proof is there! If Jacobs hangs for a witch, he forfeit up his property. That's law. And there is none but Putnam with the coin to buy so great a piece. This man is killing his neighbors for their land.
But proof, sir, proof.
My proof is there! I heard it from an honest man who heard Putnam say it. The day his daughter cried out on Jacobs, he said she'd given him a fair gift of his land.
And the name of this man?
What man?
The man that gave you this information.
Why, I cannot give you his name.
And why not?
You know well why not. He'd lay in jail if I give you his name.
This is contempt of the court, Mr. Danforth.
You will surely tell us his name.
I will not give you no name. I mentioned my wife's name once, and I will burn in hell long enough for that. I stand mute.
Then I have no choice but to arrest you for contempt of court. Do you understand that?
This is a hearing. You cannot arrest me for contempt of a hearing.
It is a proper lawyer.
Indeed.
Do you wish me to declare this court in full session, or will you give me a good reply?
I will not give you no name, sir. I cannot. I
You are a foolish old man, Mr. Corey. Mr. Cheever, begin the record. The court is now in session, I ask you. Mr. Corey.
Your Honor, he has the story and
The devil lives
confidence.
in such confidences, Your Honor. Without confidence, there could be no conspiracy.
I think it must be broken, sir.
If your informant speaks true, let him come here openly like a decent man. But if he lies in anonymity, I must know why. Now the Central Church and State demanded me the name who outed Thomas Putnam, a common murderer.
Excellency.
Mr. Hale.
We cannot blink it anymore. There is a prodigious fear of this court in the country.
But then there's a prodigious guilt in this country. Are you afraid to be questioned here, Mr. Hale?
I may only fear the Lord, sir, but there is fear in this country nevertheless.
Reproach me not with fear in the country. There's a fear in this country because there's an active plot to topple Christ in this country.
But it does not follow that everyone accused be part of it.
No uncorrupted man may fear this court, Mr. Hale. None. Mr. Corey, you're under arrest for contempt of court. They'll sit you down and take counsel with yourself, or you'll be sent to jail if you decide to answer all further questions.
I'll kill you, Thomas Putnam. I'll cut you loose. I'll spill over your guts all over this godforsaken court. You're dead.
Free to go, Mr. Harris.
Say no more, John. He's only playing you. He means to hang us all.
This is a court of law, so we'll have no effrontery here.
Forgive him, sir, for his old age. He shall live it all now. You cannot weep, Mary. Remember what the angel said to the boy. Hold to it now. There is your rock. This is Mary Warren's deposition, sir. Now I'll have you remember it, that until 2 weeks ago, she was no different than the other girls are today. You heard her scream, she howled, she swore familiar spirits choked her. She even testified that Satan, now in the form of women now in jail, tried to win her soul.
We all know this.
Aye. She swears now that she never saw Satan, nor any spirit vague or clear that Satan may have sent to hurt her. And she declares her friends are lying now.
Excellency, a moment.
Mr. Hale.
I cannot say he is an honest man, for I know him little. But in truth, sir, an argument so weighty cannot be argued by a farmer. In God's name, sir, stop here. Send him home and let him come again with a proper lawyer.
Now look you, Mr. Hale.
Excellency, I have signed 72 death warrants. I am a minister of the Lord, and I dare not take a life without their reproof so immaculate that no slightest qualm of conscience may doubt it.
Mr. Hale, you surely do not doubt my justice.
Justice? I have this morning signed away the soul of Rebecca Nurse, Your Honor, and I'll not conceal it. My hand shakes, as yet with a wound. I pray you, sir, this argument, let lawyers present to you.
Now look you, Mr. Hale, I have been 32 years at the bar, sir, and I would be confounded were I called upon to defend these people. Now look you, in an ordinary crime, how does one defend the accused? One calls up witnesses, declares innocence, but witchcraft is an invisible crime, therefore who may possibly bear witness to it? The witch and the victim, none other. Now we cannot hope the witch will accuse herself, granted. Therefore, we must rely upon the testimony of her victims, and the children certainly testify. The children certainly do testify. Now, what is left for a lawyer to bring out, Mr. Hale? I think I've made my point, have I not?
This girl claims the other children have been untruthful.
That is exactly what I'm about to consider, sir.
Did you consider it?
And let you put your heart at rest for deposition. Mr. Paris! You please sit down. You do likewise, Mr. Proctor. Mr. Cheever, go into the courtroom, bring the children in, please. You, Mary Warren, how came you to this turn about? Has John Proctor ever threatened you from this deposition?
No, sir.
Has he ever threatened you?
No, sir.
Has he ever threatened you?
No, sir.
So you are to tell me that you sat in my courtroom callously lying when you knew people would hang by your evidence? Answer me!
I did, sir.
How were you instructed in your life? Do you not know that God damns all liars? Or is it now that you lie?
No, sir. I'm with God now.
You are with God now.
Aye, sir.
I'll tell you this, Mary Warren. You are either lying then, or you are lying now. In either case, it is perjury, and you will go to jail for it. You cannot lightly say you lied, Mary Warren. Do you understand that?
You cannot lie no more, sir. I'm with God now. I'm with God.
Ruth Putnam's not in the court, sir, nor the other children.
These children will suffice. Sit you down, children. Mary Warren has given us a deposition in which she states she never saw familiar spirits, apparitions, nor any manifest of the devil. She also claims that you have not seen these things either. Now, children, this is a court of law, the law based on the Bible, and the Bible writ by Almighty God forbid the practice of witchcraft. However, children, the Bible also damn all liars. Now, it does not escape me that this deposition may have been sent here to fool us. It may very well be that Mary Warren has been conquered by Satan and has been sent here to blind us from our sacred purpose. If that is true, her neck will break for it. But if she speaks true, I bid you drop your guile now and confess your pretense, for quick confession will go easier with you. Abigail Williams, rise. Is there any truth in this?
No, sir.
Well, either you change your stance now, or will you force me to hard questioning?
I have not changed, sir. She lies.
You will still go with this.
Aye, sir.
A puppet was discovered in Mr. Proctor's home, stabbed by a needle. Mary Warren states that you sat next to her when she made it, and you saw her stick the pin in for safekeeping. What say you to that?
It is a lie.
When you worked for Mr. Proctor, did you see any sign of poppets?
Goody Proctor always kept poppets.
Your Honor, my wife never kept poppets. Mary Warren swears it was her poppet.
Hey, Your Excellency.
Mr. Cheever?
When I spoke with Goody Proctor in that house, she said she never kept no poppets, but she said she did keep poppets when she were a girl.
She has not been a girl these 15 years, Your Honor.
But the poppet will keep 15 years, will it not?
It will keep if it is kept. But Mary Warren swears that she never saw no poppets nor anyone else.
Could it be said that there was a poppet no one ever saw?
There also might be 2 golden candlesticks in my house, but no one ever saw them.
Your Honor, we are here precisely to discover what no one has ever seen.
What may profit Mary Warren to turn herself about? What may she gain but hard questioning and worse?
You are charging Abigail Williams with the cool, marvelous plot to murder. Do you understand that?
I do. I believe she means to murder.
This child would murder your wife.
It is no child, sir. Now hear me. In the sight of the congregation, she was twice put out of the meeting house this year for laughter during prayer.
Laughter during prayer?
Your Honor.
Do you deny this?
I do believe it happened once. She is sometimes silly, but she is solemn now.
Aye, now she is solemn and goes to hang.
Quiet, man!
Surely it have no bearing on the question, sir. He charges contemplation of murder.
Aye, but it does strike hard upon me that you will laugh during prayer. Continue, Mr. Proctor.
Now, hear me. Abigail leads the other girls to the woods, and they dance there naked.
Excellency, ever since I
A
come to
moment, sir! What is this dancing?
She leads the other girls to the woods, and they dance there naked.
Excellency, I can never say that I saw them naked.
Mr.
And
Pierce
there's been a thousand lies.
Mr. Pierce discovered them there in the dead of night. There's the child she is.
Mr. Paris.
Your Honor.
You have discovered them dancing in the woods, Abigail!
Excellency, when I first arrived from Beverly, Mr. Paris did tell me this.
Do you deny this?
I don't deny it. I can't say I ever saw them naked,
But they have danced!
Aye, sir.
Excellency, will you permit me?
Pray, proceed.
You say you never saw no spirits, Mary, and never threatened nor afflicted by the devil or the devil's agents.
Oh, sir.
And yet, when confronted by people accused of witchcraft in court, you would faint, saying that their spirits would come out of their bodies and choke you.
That were pretense, sir.
I cannot hear you.
Pretense.
But you did turn cold, did you not? I myself picked you up many times, and your skin were icy. Mr. Danforth,
I've seen that many times.
They only pretended to faint. They're all marvelous pretenders.
Then can she pretend to faint now?
Now,
Why not? For no one in this room is attacked, and she cannot be attacked. Let her pretend she is cold. Let her pretend she's attacked. Let herself faint. Faint! I faint. Prove to us I pretended in the court so many times.
I cannot faint now, sir.
You're not pretended.
I have no sense of it now.
Why? What is lacking now?
I cannot tell, sir.
Perhaps could it be that in the courtroom there were afflicting spirits, but in this room there are none?
I never saw no spirit.
And see no spirits now, and prove to us I can faint in your own will as you claim. Then you will confess, will you not? Attacking spirits made you to faint?
No, sir.
Excellency, this is a trick to blind the court.
It's not a trick. I thought I saw spirits.
Thought you saw them.
But I did not, Your Honor.
How can you think you saw them unless you saw them?
I cannot tell how, but I heard the other girls screaming, and then you, Your Honor, you seemed to believe them, and they were only sport in the beginning, but then the whole world started crying, spirits, spirits, and I promise you, Your Honor, I only thought I saw spirits, but I did not.
Surely Your Excellency is not taken by this simple lie.
Abigail Williams, I bid you search your heart, child, and beware of it. To God, every soul is precious, and vengeance is quick upon those who take life without cause. Now, is it possible that the visions you saw were some illusions, some deceptions played across your mind?
Why, this is a base question,
Child, I would
sir.
have you
I have
answer.
been hurt, Mr. Danforth. I have seen my blood running out. I have been near to murdered every day because I've done my duty pointing out the devil's people. And this is my reward? To be mistrusted, denied, and questioned.
Child, I do not mistrust
Let you
you.
beware, Mr. Danforth. Think you so mighty that the power of hell may not turn your wits. Beware of it.
Child, what's wrong?
I am not a wind. A cold wind has come.
Your Honor, I freeze.
She is cold, Your Honor. Touch her.
You're pretending. You sent your spirit out on them, Mary. Were you witch those children? You are witching these children, everyone. I demand you remove your spirit immediately.
How do you dare call heaven?
Man, what do you call a child?
No, now here.
You charge Abigail Williams with...
She'll suck a scream to stab you with. But you will believe me, sir.
You will prove this. This will not pass.
I have known her, sir. I have known her.
You are a lecturer.
No, Francis, it is true. She will deny it, but you will believe me, sir. A man will not throw away his good name. You surely know that.
In what time? In what place? In what place?
In the proper place. Where my beasts are bedded. 8 months now, sir. It is 8 months. She used to serve me in my house, sir. A man may think God sees, but God sees everything. I know that now. My wife, my dear, good wife, took her after and put her out on the high road, and being what she is, a lump of vanity, sir. Forgive me, Excellency. She means to dance with me on my wife's grave, and will she might. Because I thought of her softly. God help me, I lusted. And there was a promise in such sweat, but it is a whore's vengeance, and you must see it. I set myself entirely in your hands. I know you must see it now. My wife is innocent, except she know a whore when she see one.
You deny every scrap of this.
Wait, if I must answer that, sir, I will leave and I will not come back again.
Excellency, she does not deny it.
You remain where you are! Sit you down, Mr. Hale! Mr. Parris, go to the courtroom and bring Goodwife Proctor in. And Mr. Parris, speak not one word of what has happened in here, and knock before you enter. We shall get to the bottom of the swamp. Your wife, you say she's an honest woman.
Your life, sir, she had never lied.
Then I cannot sing, and then I cannot weep. My wife cannot lie.
And when you dismissed Abigail Williams, you dismissed her for a harlot.
I said.
And knew her for a harlot.
She knew her for a harlot.
Good then. And child girl for harlotry, may God spread his mercy upon you. Hold! Mary Warren, step down. Abigail Williams, excuse me. Turn your back. Turn your back! You do likewise, Mr. Proctor. Sit you down, Mary Warren. No one is to say a word or gesture aye or nay when Goodwife Proctor enters the room. Enter. Mr. Cheever, record this testimony in all its exactness. Are you ready, sir?
Ready, sir.
Come here, woman. Look at me, not at your husband, in my eyes only.
Good sir.
We are given to believe that at one point you dismissed your servant Abigail Williams.
That is true, sir.
For what cause did you dismiss Abigail Williams?
She dissatisfied me and my husband.
In what way did she dissatisfy you?
She...
Look at me! Were she slovenly? Were she lazy? What disturbance did she cause?
Your Honor, in that time I were sick, and my husband is a good and righteous man. He is never drunk as some are, nor wasted his time at the shovel board, but always at his work. But in my sickness, you see, sir, I were a long time sick after my last baby, and I thought I saw my husband somewhat turning from me, and this girl.
Look at me.
I, sir, Abigail Williams.
What of Abigail Williams?
I came to think he fancied her. And so one night, I lost my wits, I think, and I put her out on the high road.
And your husband, did he indeed turn from you?
My husband, he is a goodly man,
Then he
sir.
did not turn from you. Answer my question. To your knowledge, has John Proctor ever committed the crime of lechery? Is your husband a lecher?
No, sir.
Remove her.
Elizabeth, tell the truth, Elizabeth!
No, I just told
She has spoken.
I
Remove her.
confessed it!
John!
Sir, we've got to save my name, sir!
John!
Tell, pray you stop here before another innocent soul is condemned. I'm going to set my conscience to it no more. There's private vengeance working its way through this testimony. I believe this man. By my oath to heaven, I believe him now. I pray you call back his wife before he...
She spoke nothing of lechery, and this man lied.
I believe him! From the beginning, this woman has always struck me as false. Mr. Hale, do you see a bird? Be quiet.
God made my face. You cannot want to tear my face. Envy is a deadly sin, Mary. Happy. Mary, it is a black art to change your shape. No, I cannot stop my mouth. It's God's work I do. I'm here. Oh, Mary, please don't go down. Her claws, she's stretching her claws.
Lies!
Mary, please don't hurt me. I'm not hurting her.
Why do you see these visions?
Excellency, you cannot believe them!
Nothing. She sees nothing. She sees nothing. Abby, you mustn't. Abby, you mustn't. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
Do you send your spirit out on them, Mary Warren?
Mr. Danforth. Mr. Danforth.
You have most certainly seen Lucifer, have you not?
Never.
Why can they only repeat you?
You mean we're all stubborn?
Sporting. They're sporting. Abby, you mustn't. Abby, stop it. Abby, stop it. Stop it.
about these past few weeks. You have most certainly seen Lucifer, have you not?
Mary, goddamns all liars, Mary.
You have most certainly compacted with the devil. You will not deny this.
Goddamns liars, Mary.
What do you say? You will be open with me, or you will hang. Do you hear me? You will be open with me, or you will hang.
What the angel Raphael said. Do that which is good.
Wait! Wait, this bedding! Mary, wait, don't! He's gonna come down! She's walking the beam!
Mary, you tell the deputy governor.
Don't touch me, don't touch me!
Mary!
No! You are the devil's man!
Oh, praise God!
Mary!
I will not hang with you no more. I love God. I bless God.
You do the devil's work?
He comes to me every night, and he asks me to sign.
Sign what? The devil's book he come in the book?
My name. He wants my name. He says, I will kill you if my wife pays. We must overthrow the court, he says.
Mr. Hale!
No! His eyes are like coal, and his fingers claw around my neck. And I sigh.
Mary! Nexus of the child's gone wild! Mary!
No! I go your way no more.
Mary, how?
I love God. I bless God. Abby, I'll not hurt you no more.
What are you? You are combined with Antichrist, are you not? You will not deny this power.
This is not witchcraft! You condemn us, man! These girls are
I
frauds!
will not Mr. Hale. Will you confess yourself a foul of hell, or will you keep this black allegiance yet? What do you say?
I say,
God is dead!
No!
I hear the brood of Lucifer. I see his filthy face, and it is my fears. And yours stand forth for men that quail, to bring men out of ignorance as I have quailed. And as you all quail now, and you all know in your black hearts that this is fraud. God damns our kind especially, and we will burn. We will burn together!
Marshal, take him and Giles to jail.
I denounce these proceedings. I quit this court. Come on. You are pulling heaven down and raising up a whore.
Mr. Hale!
Raising up a whore.
Mr. Hale!
Sarah. Hey, Sarah, good. Wake up, Sarah. Hey, Titubo.
Majesty.
Titubo, wake up.
Coming.
Hey, Titubo.
Titubo, wake up. His Majesty's come.
Hey, go to the north cell. This place is wanted now.
That'll elect me as Majesty. Elects me the Marshal.
Hey,
Oh.
come on. Let's get you out of here. Come on.
Hey, stop, you Marshal. Let's go. I thought you'd be the devil coming to get us. Can I sit beside you for your going away?
Oh, and where are you off to, Sarah?
We going to Barbados. So the devil gets here with the feathers and the wings.
And a happy voyage to you.
A pair of bluebirds winging southerly, the two of us. It'd be a grand transformation, Marshal.
Hey. You best be giving me this. Or you never rise off the ground.
I'll speak to him for you if you decide to come along, Marshal.
You know, Tituba, I wouldn't deny your request. For it is the proper morning to fly into hell.
No, it ain't no hell in Barbados. The devil, him be a pleasure man in Barbados. Him be singing and dancing in Barbados. You folks, you rouse him up around here. It'd be too cold around here for that old boy. Shoot, he frees his soul in Massachusetts, but in Barbados, he's just as sweet and yes, sir, Sarah, that's him.
Oh, Majesty.
I'm here. That's him. I'm here.
No, that's just a poor old cow with a hat full of milk, Tituba.
No, that's the devil coming for me. I'm going home,
Come on,
Marshal.
Tituba, let's go.
No, take me home, devil. Oh, devil, take me home. Devil, here.
Good, devil, take him. Now you tell him, Sarah.
Majesty.
Where's Mr. Paris?
I'll fetch him.
Marshal, when did Reverend Hale arrive?
Reverend Hale, he goes to those who are going to be hanged, you see. Yeah. He sits with Proctor now.
That man have no authority to enter here, Marshal. Why have you let him in?
Why, you see, Judge Thetford, it's Hale. I cannot deny him.
Are you drunk, Marshal?
Drunk? Drunk? No, sir. 'Tis but a bitter night, you see.
Fetch Mr. Paris.
Aye, sir.
There's a prodigious stench in this place.
I just cleared the prisoners out of the cell.
Beware hard drink, Marshal.
Aye, sir.
Let you question Hale, Excellency.
We'll get to that. Paris prays with him. That's strange.
I think Paris sometimes has a mad look about him these days.
Mad?
Yesterday I saw him come out of his house and I bid him good morning, and he wept and went his way. I think it is not well the village sees him so unsteady.
Perhaps he have some sorrow.
I think it be the cows, sir.
The cows?
There be many cows wandering the high roads. Their masters are all in the jails, and much disagreement as to who they'll belong to now. I saw Mr. Paris arguing with farmers all yesterday. There's great contention, sir, about the cows. It were always a man with wheat for contention.
Good morning, Your Honor. I beg your pardon waking you so early. Thank you for coming. Good morning, Judge Hawthorne.
Reverend Hale have no right to enter.
A moment.
You leave him alone with the prisoners.
What is he about here?
Hear me, it is a providence. Reverend Hale has returned to bring Rebecca Nurse to God.
He bids her confess.
Hear me. Rebecca has not given me a word this 3 months since she came. Now, she sits with him, and her sister and Martha Corey and 2 or 3 others. And he pleads them confess their crimes and save their lives.
Why, this is indeed a providence, and they soften.
Not yet. I believe I have some news. The court must reckon with, Your Honor. My niece, I believe she has vanished.
Vanished?
I thought to advise you there earlier in the week, but
why, where may she be?
This be the 3rd night that they're gone, and Mercy Lewis is gone too.
I'll send a search party out from the once. Where might have they gone?
Excellency, I think they'd be aboard a ship. My daughter told me that she heard them speaking of ships earlier in the week. And just this morning I discovered my strongbox is broken into.
She have robbed you?
31 pound is gone. I am penniless.
You are a brainless man, Mr. Bears.
Excellency, profit you nothing to blame me. I cannot think they would fear to keep in Salem except the news of Andover is broken.
Andover is remedied. The courts will return there on Friday and will resume examination.
I tell you what is said.
There is no rebellion in Andover.
Excellency, I tell you what is said here. The courts have been thrown out in Andover, they say, and will have no part in witchcraft. There is a faction here feeding on that news, and I fear there will be a rebellion soon.
Rebellion? Why, at every execution, I have seen naught but high satisfaction in the town.
Judge Hawthorne, it were another sort that hanged till now. Rebecca Nurse is no Bridget that lived 3 a year with Bishop before she married him. John Proctor is no Isaac Ward that drank his family to ruin. Let Rebecca stand upon the gibbet and invoke some righteous prayer, and I feel she'll lay the terrible vengeance upon you.
But Excellency, she is condemned a witch.
Pray you. How would you proceed then?
Excellency, I will postpone these hangings.
There will be no postponement.
Excellency, hear me. For if Reverend Hale even brings one of these to God, that confession surely damns the other to the public eye. And there will be no doubt that they are all linked to hell. This way, unconfessed and claiming innocence, doubts are multiplied. Many honest people will be for them, and our good purpose is lost in their tears.
Mr. Cheever, give me the list.
Excellency, it cannot be forgotten that when I summoned the congregation to John Proctor's excommunication, hardly 30 people came to hear it. And I think that if you postpone these
there
hangings
will
for
be
a time...
no postponement. Mr. Paris, which one of these do you have the most hope for? I myself will strive with them until
There's
dawn.
not enough time until dawn!
I shall do my utmost. Which of them do you have the most hope for?
Excellency, a dagger.
What do you say?
Excellency, this morning when I opened my door to come here, a dagger clattered to the ground. You cannot hang the sword. There is danger for me. There is danger for me.
Accept my congratulations, Reverend Hale. We are gladdened to see you return to your goodly work.
You must pardon them. They will not budge.
Rebecca will not confess?
You mistake me, sir. I cannot pardon these with 12 already hanged for the same crime. It is not just.
The sun rises in a few minutes, Excellency. I must have more
I
time.
will not receive a single plea for pardon or postponement. Them that will not confess will hang. 12 are already executed, and the name of the 7 have been given out, and the village expects to see them die at dawn. Postponement now speaks a floundering on my part. Reprieve or pardon will cast doubt upon the guilt that have died until now. Now draw yourselves up like men and help me, as you are bound by heaven to do so. Have you spoken with them at all, Mr. Hale?
All but Proctor. He is in the dungeons.
What's his way now?
Oh, he's just like some big, great bird, Your Honor. You not know he live except for take a little bit of food from time to time.
His wife. His wife is well with child now?
Aye, she is.
Mr. Paris, you have closest relations with this man. Might her presence soften him?
I think it might. You have not seen her this 3 months since she came. I should summon her.
Is he adamant, as he struck at you again?
Why, he cannot, sir. For he's chained to the wall now.
Let you bring her up, then bring in Mr. Proctor.
Aye, sir.
Excellency, if you postpone, publish to the town that you are striving for their confessions, that speaks mercy on your part, not faltering.
As God has not empowered me like Joshua to keep this sun from rising, therefore I cannot withhold from them the perfection of their punishment.
If you think God wills you to raise rebellion, Mr. Danforth, you are mistaken.
You have heard rebellion spoken in Salem.
Your Honor, orphans wander from house to house. Abandoned cattle bellow on the high road, and the stink of rotting crops hangs everywhere. And no man knows when a harlot's cry may end his life. Can you wonder if rebellion be spoke of? Better you should marvel at how they do not burn your province to the ground.
Have you preached in Andover this month?
Thank God they have no need of me in Andover.
You baffle me, sir. Why have you returned here?
Why, it is simple. I come to do the devil's work. I come to counsel good Christians that they should belie themselves. There is blood on my head. Can you not see the blood on my head?
Hush. Goody Proctor, I hope you are hearty.
I am yet 6 months before my time.
Come, we come not for your life, we merely... Mr. Hale, will you speak with the woman?
Goody Proctor, your husband is marked to hang at morning.
I have heard it.
You know, do you not, that I have no connections with this court. I come of my own, Goody Proctor, for if your husband is taken, I count myself as murderer.
What do you want of me?
Goody Proctor, I have gone this 3 months like our Lord into the wilderness. I have sought a Christian way, for damnation is doubled on a minister who counsels men to lie.
It is no lie. You cannot speak of
It is a lie! They are innocent!
No more! I'll hear no more of that!
Let you not mistake your duty as I mistook my own. I came into this village like a bridegroom to his beloved, bearing gifts of high religion. And what I touched with my bright confidence, it died. What I looked upon with my eye of great faith, blood flowed up. Life, woman, life is God's most precious gift. And no principle, however glorious, may justify the taking of it. Please, prevail upon your husband to confess. Let him give his lie. Quail not before God's judgment in this, for it may well be that God damns a liar less than he who throws away his life for pride. Will you plead with him? I cannot think he will listen to another.
Goody Proctor, be there no wifely tenderness within you, he will die with the sunrise. Your husband, do you understand that? Will you contend with him? Are you stone? A very ape would weep at such calamity. Have the devil dried up any tear of pity in you? Take her out. It profit nothing she should speak to him.
Let me speak with him, Excellency.
You'll strive with him?
Will you contend with him?
I promise nothing. Let me speak with him.
Pray leave them, Excellency.
Mr. Proctor, you have been notified. There's a light in the sky, mister. That you counsel your wife so that one day you may turn your back on hell.
If you desire to preside over Mr. Proctor, I have. God lead you now.
You have been chained.
The child.
Rose.
There's no word of the boys.
Farewell. Rebecca's Daniel keeps them.
We've not seen them.
If not,
You are a marvel, Elizabeth. They come for my life now.
I know.
None have yet confessed.
There be many confessed.
Who are they?
There be 100 or more. Goody Ballard is one. Isaiah Goodkind is one. There be many.
Rebecca?
Not Rebecca. She is 1 foot in heaven now. Now we heard her more.
And Giles?
You've not heard of it?
I hear nothing why I am kept.
Giles is dead.
When were you hanged?
You were not hanged. He would not answer Iron Maid's indictment, for if he denied the charge, they'd hang him surely and auction out his property. So we stand mute, and he died Christian under the law. And so his sons will have his farm. It is the law, for he cannot be condemned a wizard without he answer the indictment Iron Maid.
Then how does he die?
They press him, John.
Press?
Great stones they lay upon his chest until he plead Iron Maid. They say he give them but 2 words. More weight, he says, and die.
More weight.
Aye. We're a fearsome man, Giles Corey.
I was thinking I would confess to them. What say you if I give them that?
I cannot judge you, John, I cannot.
What will you have me do, Elizabeth?
As you will, I would have it. I want you living, John, that's sure.
It is a pretense, Elizabeth.
What is?
I cannot mount the gibbet like a saint. I'm not that man. My honesty is broke, Elizabeth. I am no good man. Nothing's spoiled by giving them this lie that would not rotten long before.
And yet you've not confessed till now that speak goodness in you.
Spite. Spite only keeps me silent. It is hard for me to give a lie to dogs. I would have your forgiveness, Elizabeth.
It is not for me to give, John. I come to naught that I should forgive you. Will you forgive yourself? It is your soul, John. Only be sure of this, for I know it now. Whatever you will do, it is a good man does it. I have rent my heart this 3 months. I have sins of my own account. It takes a cold wife to prompt lechery.
Enough! Enough!
Better you should know me.
I'll not hear it. I know you.
You take my sins upon you.
No, I take my own. My own.
I counted myself so plain, so poorly made. No honest love could come to me. Suspicion kissed you when I did. I never knew how to say my love. It were a cold house I kept.
What say you, Proctor? The sun is soon up.
Do what you will, but let none be your judge. There be no higher judge under heaven than Proctor is. Forgive me. Forgive me, John. I never knew such goodness in the world.
I want my life.
You will confess yourself?
I will have my life.
My God, it is a providence.
He will confess. Proctor will confess.
Why do you cry it? It is evil. It is evil, is it not?
I cannot judge you, John. I cannot.
And who will judge me? God in heaven, what is John Proctor? What is John Proctor? I think it is honest. I think so. I am no saint. Let Rebecca go like a saint. For me, it is fraud.
I am not your judge. I cannot be.
Tell me, would you give them such a lie? Say it. Would you give them this? You would not. If tongues of fire were singeing you, you would not. It is evil. Good, then it is evil, and I do it.
Praise to God, man. Praise to God. You shall be blessed in heaven for this. Now, are you ready, Mr. Cheever?
Why must it be written?
Why, for the good instruction of the village, this shall be posted upon the church door. Where's the marshal?
Willard! Hurry!
Now, Mr. Proctor, will you speak clearly and directly for Mr. Cheever's sake? Mr. Proctor, have you seen the devil in your life? Come, man, take courage. There's a light in the sky. The town awaits at the scaffold, but I shall give them this news. Have you seen the devil in your life?
I have.
Will the devil come to you? What were his demands? Did he bid you do his work upon the earth?
He did.
And when he come to you, did you bind yourself to his service?
I did.
Oh, come in, Rebecca Nurse. Come in.
John, you are well then?
Courage, man, courage. Let her witness your good example so that one day she may come to God herself. Now here, the goody nurse. Say on, Mr. Proctor. Did you bind yourself to the devil's service?
John?
I did.
John, God send his mercy
Take
on
her
you.
out! You see, woman, it profit nothing to keep his conspiracy any further. Will you confess yourself with him?
It is a lie. It is a lie. How may I damn myself? I cannot.
When the devil come to you, did you see Rebecca Nurse in his company? Courage, man. Did you see her with the devil?
No.
Did you see her sister, Mary Easty, with the devil?
No, I did not.
Did you see Martha Corey with the devil?
I did not.
Did you see anyone with the devil?
I did not.
You mistake me, Proctor. I will not trade your life for a lie. A score of people have already proclaimed that they have seen this woman with the devil.
Then it is proved. Why must I say it?
Why must you say it? While you shall rejoice in saying it if your soul has been purged of hell.
They think to go like saints. I like not to spoil their names.
Do you think they go like saints, Mr. Proctor? I think you mistake your duty here. That is not what she thought. She is convicted of the unnatural murder of children, and you for sending your spirit out on Mary Warren. Your soul alone is the issue here, mister, and you will prove its whiteness, or you cannot live in a Christian country. Now, sir, to your knowledge, have you ever seen this woman with the devil?
I cannot speak for another. I only speak for my own sins. I have no tongue for it.
Excellency, it is enough. He confessed himself. Let him sign. Let him sign.
Excellency, it is a weighty name. It'll strike the village hard that he confess.
Excellency, the sun is up. Let him sign.
Come then, sign your testimony.
Come, man, sign it.
You have all witnessed it. What more is needed?
You will not sign it?
You have all witnessed it. It is enough.
Do you sport with me? You will sign your name or it is no confession at all. Your second name.
Praise be to the Lord.
Good then. Now I can have your paper.
No.
Mr. Proctor, I
No,
need
no. I have signed it. You've all seen me. It is done. You have no need for this.
Proctor, the village must have proof.
Damn the village! I confess to God. God sees my name on this. It is enough.
No, sir, it is
You
not.
come to save my soul, have you not? Here, my soul is saved. It is enough.
Mr. Proctor, it is not enough.
I have confessed myself. Is there no good penitence that it be public? God does not need my name nailed upon the church. God sees my name. God knows how black my sins are. It is enough.
Mr. Proctor.
You will not use me. I am no sailor good, nor a Tituba. I am John Proctor. You will not use me. It is no part of salvation that you should use me.
Mr. Proctor, I do not wish to use you.
I have 3 boys. How may I teach them to walk like men in the world, and I have sold my friends?
You have not sold
But guile me not! I blacken all of them when this is nailed to the church the very day they hang for silence!
Mr. Proctor, I must have good and legal proof that you have signed your
You are the High Court. Your word is good enough. Say that I confess myself. Say Proctor broke on his knees and wept like a woman. Say what you will, but my name cannot.
Is it not the same whether you sign it or if I tell them?
No, it is not the same. What I sign to and what others say is not the same.
Why? Do you mean to deny this confession when you are free?
I mean to deny nothing.
Then why can I not have your...
Because it is my name! Because I cannot have another in my life. Because I lie and sign myself to lies. Because I am not worth the dust on the feet of them that hang. How may I live without my name? I have given you my soul! Leave me my name!
Is that document a lie? I will not accept that document if it is a lie. I do not deal in lies, mister. You will give me your honest confession or I cannot keep you from the rope. Which way do you go, sir?
Proctor, no!
Marshal!
Pray God and speak some goodness for me. Give them no tear. Show them a heart of stone and sink them with it.
John.
Hang them high above the town. Whoever weeps for these, weeps for corruption.
But you fear nothing. There is another judgment that waits us all.
Goody Proctor, go to him! There is yet time! Goody Proctor, go to him! No, Proctor! Proctor!
Woman, go to him. It is pride, it is vanity. Be his helper. What profits him bleed? Shall the dust praise him? Shall the worms declare his truth? Go to him. Be his helper. Take away his shame.
He have his goodness now. God forbid I take it from him.
I know you wanna love her, but let me tell you, brother, she's been sleeping there's some rumors going round. Someone's underground. She can rock you in the night until your skin turns red. Ooh, woman, see how high she flies. Ooh, woman, she got